The issue of the alleged use of chemical weapons in Douma, Syria in 2018 refuses to go away. It has long been held by now that the so called allegation is false and that the chemical attack was faked by forces inside the country allied to the United States, Israel, and Saudi Arabia. Now, just recently, the UN Security Council, the US, the UK, and France blocked the testimony of Jose Bustrani, a former and the first Director General of the OPCW, the Organization for the Prohibition of Chemical Weapons, from speaking publicly to the international body. And he was the first Director General, and he held that position from 1997 to 2002. Now, he did release the actual speech that he was going to give there before he was blocked. And this full speech is available online. It's available on YouTube. It will be linked in the description. But what's important here, what I'm going to give is the main points that he makes in the actual statement. Now, it should be important to remember that he was removed from office during a U.S.-backed campaign in 2002 for trying to uphold the Chemical Weapons Convention. He was ruled, and it was subsequently ruled to be illegal by the International Labor Organization's Administrative Tribunal. So they even ruled that his removal was illegal because he stood up for what was right. He stood up for the evidence. Now, he says that the organization's work is severely compromised because of pressure that has come from member states. He does not name those states, but in our opinion, it would be the United States. Now, the circumstances surrounding the OPCW's investigation of the alleged chemical attack in Syria is highly questionable, and this is the incident that took place on the 7th of April, 2018. So this is a major person, a major, expert in the field. He ran the OPCW. Now, one of the things that he specifically says is the expert provided compelling and documentary evidence of highly questionable and potentially fraudulent conduct in the investigative process.
This expert provided compelling and documentary evidence of highly questionable and potentially fraudulent conduct in the investigative process. In a joint public statement, the panel was, and I quote, unanimous in expressing its alarm over unacceptable practices in the investigation of the alleged chemical attack in Douma. The panel further called on OPCW, and I quote, to permit all inspectors who took part in the Douma investigation to come forward and report their differing observations in an appropriate forum of the states parties to the Chemical Weapons Convention in fulfillment of the spirit of the convention.
Now, we know, for example, that there has been at least 4 people who were involved in the investigation into the allegation that Syria used chemical weapons that have come forward saying that the evidence that they collected on the ground did not match what was in the official final report given by the organization. 4 of them have come forward. The actual investigators on the ground who worked on this have come forward and criticized the report. All of their statements have been entirely banished by the corporate media, the Western media, whatever you want to call it. Those who want to see Syria overthrown in favor of a pro-U.S. government, a government that would serve imperialist interests. Those media organizations, dead silence. Liberal, conservative, doesn't matter. Dead silence. Because that's part of the campaign against Syria. So this person, who has all the credibility in the world, was banned from speaking at the UN Security Council because it would not fit the imperialist narrative. As I said, I will link the full statement in the description, and a special thanks goes out to the Gray Zone for hosting this individual and providing us with this information. Thank you for watching. If you like this program, then please head over to my Patreon page and set up a monthly donation. It's your donations that keep this program running. Also, if you would like, please rate, comment, subscribe, and share in various social media.